Hello and welcome to Blade and Sparks. Today we're going to talk about mobile gaming and its potential growth in the next 5 years to come. The predicted growth for mobile gaming from 2020 to 2025 is around 14%. That being said, the amount of people who spend time playing games and being on their phone is expected to rise by 10%. This is where my mobile game, Blade and Sparks, comes in. Blade and Sparks will be an arena genre mobile game on the App Store for iOS and Android. And then in this presentation, I will be bringing you through the issue with the mobile game industry and why Blade and Sparks is the solution. The problem: paywalls. Paywalls are huge issues when it comes to mobile applications and games in general. Most, if not all, games you see on the App Store are in it for the short term. The objective is to get users to spend as much money as they possibly can within a short time frame. This is to basically not promote the longevity of a game, but to suck as much funds out of a user as possible to move on to the next project. This has been a huge marketing thing for most AAA companies that release mobile games out there. Kind of like a gacha game, which is basically a game that's sole purpose is to market enticing skins and in-game benefits and suck as much money as they can out of the user. This is the Japanese version of that. This is appealing to audience who face real-life success, and that success transfers into games via a paywall. This is a huge issue because companies get users to spend through creating artificial currency. What artificial currency means is that the game itself has its own type of currency, kind of like a country, and the game basically transfers real-life currency into its own currency. And this could be used to buy exclusive items, but the items are not just cosmetic and visually pleasing. They also help benefit the user in-game. Another issue, a huge issue facing the gaming industry in general, not just mobile gaming, is loot boxes. Loot boxes are a huge issue because it entices gambling. The boxes basically hold a set amount of rewards that the bigger the reward, the lower the percentage of it being able to access. And the only way you could kind of circumvent or pass that barrier to entry is by having more money and spending more money. This really feeds off users' gambling addiction because one, they want to collect everything they can, and two, it's like I have the money to do it, so why not? And again, this wouldn't really be harmful in the sense if it was only cosmetic skins that hold no beneficial value, because that also plays off the competitiveness of players. Now this is where Blade and Sparks comes in. Blade and Sparks comes in seeking to break this trend. My goal is to create a simplistic enough game to where it could be played on mobile and have rewards found through time spent in game, and that's the only way to breach obstacles, not how much money you make in real life. Blade and Sparks will be a top-down arena-based fantasy game with a variety of maps, characters, and levels of progression. The overall theme of the game will be to traverse the arena collecting and combining items to make your individual character stronger while eliminating the opposing player or AI. The story will revolve around those characters' classes that will exist in the game. This is achievable through steady progression, rewards that are maximized through users' time spent, meaning the more you play, the more you achieve, not how much you spend. The only method of pay, because we have to make money somehow, is through cosmetics that serve no purpose in game besides to look pretty. And a game pass, which is basically a very small amount that you would pay to get a more variety of skins that are exclusive to you playing within that time frame. The finished product. The finished product would be a mobile game with a login screen, a player hub, which is the profile, a pre-built character set, 8 different classes and characters to start off with, 4 maps upon release, an additional 1 or 2 every other month on major release updates, meaning patches with more than just maps, like story updates, character class updates, items updates, or huge balance updates. The items are unique to classes along with abilities that are unique to those items. Cosmetic skins unique to characters and classes, which can be unlocked through play, and some through the passes in the cash shop. Again, these items are all cosmetic and hold no benefit in game. The modes will range from anywhere from 1v1 to 5v5, which would be the more competitive stream, and 10v10s, which will be mostly special events for like holiday events or like in-game events that we're trying to push. And exclusive maps for those events too, and game modes. The game modes could range from anywhere from pure survival to deathmatch to free-for-all to capture the point to transporting like a payload. This being said, we will also have a fast-paced mode such as 10v10 free-for-alls. For people looking for a more casual approach, we have a single-player story and something like wave survival, which we will try to expand on that later on, maybe like an agility course with the characters, because the characters will be hypermobile. Now we get to the time frame and cost. The game itself should take around 6 months for self-development. This time is spent researching, designing, writing characters, maps, items, ability names, lore, and so on. Then, once satisfied with the overall theme of the game, I will be discussing and getting approval of the client. After coding the game, implementing design mechanics for Blade and Sparks, I would run self-test. Once I feel the game is ready, the game should be marketed for an alpha release date. This is to test for bugs, and for what people like and do not like about the game, and what can possibly be added, maybe take suggestions. Fix the game, announce beta, have the beta, and implement last changes for release. Now we go into the cost. A single developer and designer goes around for $87,569 for the period of 6 months. Testing the game will cost around $5,000 for those 6 months. Marketing for a beta and alpha will cost around $3,000. And marketing and outreach, which means constant pushing of the game, will be $100 an hour. This will be where most of the cost comes in. And publishing the game is around $99 for iOS and $25 for Android. Blade and Sparks will be a top-down fantasy-based arena game with multiplayer and single-player gameplay. The game will have no aspects at all of a paywall, and the source of revenue will be in terms of a game pass and cosmetic skins, but will be completely free if the user desires it to be. The point of Blade and Sparks is to set a standard for mobile gaming and not be a breeding ground for predatory marketing schemes and AAA companies. Thank you.